Hello. So I said I'll be making a video on Namaste as a means to maintain health. So this is how I do it. Every time I'm in a lot of distress or there's a lot of, you know, things that is just bothering me. I can't think straight. I can't smell straight. I can't see straight because I can't. There's not much clarity because everything is just so much going on, or I can't hear as well as I should be. I can't taste food as well, and I can't feel things well because I'm feeling all flummoxed and like that, wedged in. And sometimes I just want to take a breather, but I don't have that time or the space with which to move. Maybe I'm in a train or something, or in a place, or I'm sleeping and it's dark and I can't just go out and walk like that. So things like this helps me sort of like an exhaust fan. It's a whole body thing. So here's how I do it. I bring my palms together so that the fingertips and the base and the sides are all touching, yeah? And I try to keep it in a way that it's not uncomfortable. Sometimes just keeping all my fingers together may not be comfortable for say, the center of my palm. It may be getting a little like that. So I keep it not necessarily like all together, because if that's not comfortable for me, I keep it spread out. So there is no discomfort. It's about I'm here, you're there, and we are just here, like that. We're just being in the presence of each other. It may be each finger being the presence of each other, yeah. One, the palm being in presence of the other. No push pull. It's more like this is nice. It's kind of nice. We're not pushing each other. We're not expected anything of each other. It's just nice to be this way. Yeah. So what is comfortable to be in each other's presence, and then your hands need to be at a comfortable place, comfortable space, so that your body is not like that. That's not comfortable. Or comfortably relaxed. Relax your muscles as much as possible. You're not expected to do something. So anything that will have you be relaxed. And bring your palms together here, as I said. And after a while, when you're just placing your hands together mindfully like that, you will notice your body beginning to relax a bit. And when that begins to happen, bring your attention to your breath and notice the movement of your breath inside your body and outside. Gently, you're not expecting anything out of it. You're not making your breath move. None of that. You're just noticing that naturally the breath is moving into your body and out. Yeah, you're noticing the pace at which you're breathing naturally. And then bring your attention to the sense of relaxation in your breath. And then bring your attention to one nostril versus the other. Yeah? Notice if there's any density of air, if the air is denser through one nostril versus the other. Usually that tends to be the case. That tends to be density of air more on one side versus the other. And then, yeah. And then what I'm doing is, as I'm doing that, the warmth of my eye comes to my attention. It's like there's the fumes going out, yeah, so to speak, the heat. I can notice the heat through my eyes. I'm staying with the sense of relaxation in my eye. As the heat is coming in and going out, yeah, as this movement of heat in the eye, and now I'm noticing the heat through my ears. It's like there's this, like a room when it's all closed up, and you suddenly it's like the pressure cooker. Okay, like you have the pressure cooker, and then when the steam is going out, like from my ears, I can feel the heat going out. From my eyes, the heat is going out slightly like that. This helps a bit. It's like a quick turn on the fan kind of thing. So there's that a bit. My ears are all like hot air. Yeah. This brings about a balance between the left and right side of your body, yeah, between polarities, yeah, between what you know, what you don't know. It sort of takes out anything that is impinging on your health in some way. So while doing this, it is important to note that we are only bringing attention to the warmth of the hand, the softness of the tissues, and we're also bringing attention to mindfully our breath, and we are largely being in silence. We're not chanting anything, we're not calling anybody's name. The focus largely is to not say anything, even inside our head. We're not even saying anything inside our head. We are observing silence. What I mean by observing silence is noticing silence. Okay? And in silence, we are, while being silent, we are observing the movement that is already there in the body. So while we are noticing the movement that's already there in the body is when we can notice heat. I became aware of heat in the region of my eye when I was noticing movements. Yeah. So you notice movements, and then notice heat coming from different parts of your body. Maybe your eyes, maybe for me right now the region of my neck, my ears, etc. So that's how you begin to notice exhaust fanning happening. Yeah. So we're not chanting anything, we're not saying any prayers, we're not making any sounds, nothing. It's in silence, in stillness, and we're being nothing. Basically, we're not being significant. I'm not being anybody. I'm just me, and I'm noticing things in silence and stillness. Now, another thing to notice is when you're doing this, along with there being, you're flushing out any energy impingences on you, or the effect of the environment on you, which may be affecting your immune system, your level of health. From the baseline, it may be slightly lower than what should be healthy, or it could be just simply activating you than it should actually be activating you. What that means is instead of having you be at a baseline which is healthy, it may be having you be more hyper, you know, more than at a more activated level, more like how I'm talking very spiritedly. It may seem like you're not being at your baseline, which should be at, in response to the present moment. Instead, you may be being hyperactive, or maybe hypo, not having the sufficient energy that you should be having at a point in time. You may be being like depressed, or you may even be feeling sad, or for no reason, just being fearful, and all of those kind of things. It may be coming from the environment, may not be from you. Or you could be, everything is all activated and you're getting all angry for some reason, and you're all hyper in that way. That could also be from the environment, not necessarily from the present moment. So when you notice any of this, or if you notice anybody around you having any of these moments, you can guide them to do this. It'll also help them to regulate, so that they're not in a hypo depressed thing, and neither are they up like that. They can quickly come to a baseline. It helps in that way to regulate. Another thing to notice is you can do this not for too long, because another point to say is, when you're doing this, along with it being an exhaust fan of the effect of the environment on you, your own internal material, like say for example, there is something that you have not resolved, say from some experience in childhood, or something that has been affecting you in some way. When you do this, it is possible that you in some way may encounter some entanglements in your emotional or your experience of living through your body in some way, and that may be causing you a slight amount of discomfort. But just the thing is to bring your attention to the warmth in your body, and only notice the movement of breath going in and out of your body. That keeps, and to bring your attention to any sense of relaxation. Yeah. to keep doing that, and to do this only to the point that you're feeling comfortable. The moment you're feeling uncomfortable in some way, notice if that discomfort is too much. If it's like a little too much to handle, take a break, do anything, and then come back. And maybe it's not going to overwhelm you, it's not going to have you feel uncomfortable, it's going to still be healthy for you. So the point is to do this to the point that you're comfortable. You may notice heat, and notice if that is also comfortable. If something is like a little too much, take a break, go walk, do whatever you're doing. And then when you feel relaxed enough, and then you say, and then you like to do a little more of maintenance work, yeah, do this mindfulness, and it helps in its own way. So this is not a go on for all the time. You could even get addicted to this, which is not so very comfortable, because addicted in the sense that you would need this all the time for you to be healthy. That's not necessary. There are so many. So this is an immediate emergency kind of thing where say you're in the middle of something and you want to get healthy. This helps to sort of refresh your system and come in the present. There are so many other ways by which you don't have to do namaste, right? Without us doing this hand thing, we could come to a balance in our body, and that informs what Nirbij Yoga is about. But we have this too for our in our as a go-to to maintain health. Like every morning we could do this too. Like when we brush our teeth, we could begin a day with a bit of this. That helps. Sometime in the middle of the day, like in the afternoon time, you do that. It helps to refresh your system again before you go to sleep, or before the evening meal preparation and all of that's happening. You could do this, and that helps to refresh you. So that's part of it. Already being alive. So when you bring your attention to your breath, and staying in the presence of the sense of relaxation in your breath. Yeah, this is a quick method. The more often you can do that, it helps people who may be going through different kinds of health conditions. But the thing is, you do it only to the point where you feel comfortable. The moment you notice discomfort of some way, notice if that discomfort is coming from within you or from the fan going on, the exhaust thing going on, and the heat may be a little uncomfortable, but then it's also a matter of the heat going out. So the discomfort may be, I'm not familiar with it, I may even begin to sweat in a while, so that may be a little uncomfortable, but it's a good discomfort in the sense that it brings me to a better state of like that. So now I can feel the heat going through my elbows. Oh, I didn't know I was having so much stuff. I just came out of a meeting, and I didn't know I was carrying so much of stuff inside. I just did this video, thinking, okay, I'm going to do this video, and now I'm all exhausting, exhaust fanning. But there is heat going through my feet a little bit, and now my body is cooling down a bit. My spine is straightening up, my neck is more, I didn't know between one call to this, body was going through so much. Oh, the top of my head is straightening up. There is more breathing happening. The top of my head, there's an exhaust fan, stuff going out, heat radiating, ventilating out of the top of my head to the back of my head. There's a lambdoid suture and the coronoid lambdoid suture. So from there, my body's all ventilating out heat and stuff. It's not just heat, there's stuff which has been impinging on my health. It could also be effect that affects my immune system. So my immune system may be being compromised because of all of these things impinging on my system. So recently I had been on a trip to Kerala. I was on the train, and everybody was COVID and masks and stuff. I was having a alcohol gel hand wash, which I was using often. And then I was doing this quite often. Every time I was feeling flummoxed by all kinds of brain waves all around the place. There are all kinds of people in a crowded place, And then there's this fear of COVID and all of that. So I was doing this quite often and was helping me exalt, flush out, so to speak, energy impingences on my body. And that was helping me think clearer. That was one main thing that was happening when I was in the crowded train, that I was not able to think clear. So that's when I started doing this. Maybe in the middle of the night, in the middle of the journey, everybody's sitting around, I just do this and my thinking gets clearer. And then I was feeling more myself. So try this out, yeah, in your own space. For those who may not be feeling as healthy right now, and I'm sending this to some particular people who may be dealing with the health challenges. So happy maintenance. Yeah, we're beginning a journey by which to maintain our own health, by which to make healthier choices. Yeah, and it is very imperative, very necessary that we make healthy choices by which we are being a blessing on the planet, by which we are contributing to making things healthier for ourselves, for people, for life in general, for not only for us but also for future generations. Thank you so much for your interest, and thank you so much for practicing healthy health maintenance things. And do let me know if I may answer any questions. I'm available to answer them and to support you in further guiding you on how you may do this, or further in facilitating what I call as Nirbija Yoga, by which to maintain health. Because we got work to do. Yeah, we got our performers performing well, and for that I find Nirbija Yoga helps in that. It's an everyday form of doing yoga, by which you can be moving, talking. You don't have to have a yoga mat or any of that stuff, and just by being yourself, you can maintain being you, at the same time becoming your best version. Yeah. So thank you so much for your listening. Thank you so much for your kind understanding and support, encouragement. Together we can make a lot happen. We can save our lives, make our lives better for each one of us, for together as a collective, for life as a whole. We can help the universe grow, because we are all in the image of the whole. So being whole, becoming whole, we can help the whole become wholer. Yeah. Thank you so much for your listening. Namaste.